President Trump and Joe Biden face off in the final debate of the 2020 campaign. How CARES Act funding could help Pittsburgh landlords and those seeking low-income housing.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
With new measures in place to keep order, President Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden went head-to-head at Belmont University, looking to sway undecided voters less than 2 weeks from Election Day. Skylar Henry has the latest from Nashville, Tennessee.
President Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden squared off for their final debate before Election Day. The president defended his handling of the pandemic.
We closed up the greatest economy in the world in order to fight this horrible disease that came from China. We have a vaccine that's coming. It's ready. It's going to be announced within weeks.
Biden outlined his plan for fighting COVID-19.
I'm going to shut down the virus, not the country. It's his ineptitude that caused the country to have to shut down in large part.
The candidates addressed the topic of interference in the election from overseas.
They will pay a price if I'm elected. They're interfering with American sovereignty.
Nobody tougher than me on Russia. Between the sanctions,
Biden responded to President Trump's claims about the international business dealings of Biden and his son Hunter.
My son has not made money in terms of this thing about, what are you talking about, China. I have not had it. The only guy made money from China is this guy.
your son said we have to give 10% to the big man. Joe, what's that all about?
Even before tonight's debate, about 47 million Americans have already voted, ahead of Election Day, which is just 12 days away.
You know who I am. You know who he is. You know his character. You know my character. You know our reputations for honor and telling the truth. I am anxious to have this race.
You know, Joe, I ran because of you. I ran because of Barack Obama, because you did a poor job. If I thought you did a good job, I would have never run.
They discussed the future of health care.
I'd like to terminate Obamacare, come up with a brand new, beautiful health care.
What I'm going to do is pass Obamacare with a public option.
Polls show there are far fewer undecided voters now than 2016, when President Trump was elected. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Nashville, Tennessee.
The Trump campaign had wanted the entire debate to focus on foreign policy. All right, now today's KOAM News Now Insta poll, we're asking, who do you think won tonight's debate, President Trump or former Vice President Joe Biden? We just opened the poll a short time ago, and the numbers are changing quickly, but at this point, President Trump way out in front. You can participate in the poll at KOAMnewsnow.com/vote or on the KOAM News Now app. We're going to check back in on the numbers in a little bit. Checking in now with Doug Heddy, unseasonably warm, Doug.
Yeah, record high. I mean, that's kind of crazy. 85 for a high. Our average high is 70. The record was 84, set way back in 1963. So that just shows you how warm we were today. Now we're going to go the other way as we head into the next several days. Cold front is heading in, and with it, we're seeing some light scattered showers. You can see these already picking up on the Kansas and the Oklahoma side, then stretching back to the north near Kansas City where the front is. Temperatures ahead of it, we're going to stay mild through the overnight hours tonight, but once that front really gets here in about 4 or 5 hours, then we'll start to drop off pretty quickly as we work through the morning hours. Scattered showers, even a few random thunder showers tonight into tomorrow morning, then just kind of clouds and showers sticking around. It's going to be cold, it's going to be dreary, it's going to be windy, it's going to be wet, and it looks like our highs through most of the day are going to be sitting into the mid-40s, so it's going to be chilly for high school football. We're going to look at the weekend, all coming up here in just a bit.
All right, we'll see you soon. The Newton County Health Department is reporting 3 new coronavirus-related deaths. Officials say 1 was a woman in her late 60s, the other 2 were men in their 80s. This brings Newton County's total deaths now to 30. The historic Carthage Square has a lot of things going for it, but there are still plans to re-energize the area. KOAM's Mike Mahoney paid a visit to Carthage to learn more.
There is no shortage of things to do in historic downtown Carthage Square, but local nonprofit Vision Carthage thinks the area is capable of even more.
We want to bring more tourists down to Carthage as well, and we want people spending more dollars in Carthage because we can only make improvements with those funds.
Vision Carthage is all about revitalizing Carthage Square, and they've teamed up with the Missouri Main Street program to make that happen. They'll start the process with a Thursday night town hall meeting, where Carthage residents and business owners can give suggestions for square improvements.
I am extremely excited, not only from what I see, but the people I've met, and just how many things are already getting done. We're just excited to join them in on this process.
Vision Carthage received a downtown revitalization grant from Missouri Main Street, which provides them with training, mentoring, and technical services. This meeting will not only provide Missouri Main Street with direction, but will also aid local businesses.
We're also making a database to connect, property owners and building owners with people who maybe want to invest in Carthage and downtown, and just making, Carthage more beautiful.
In Carthage, Mike Mahoney, KOAM News.
Vision Carthage isn't just interested in revitalizing the downtown square. They're also interested in revitalizing 2 blocks in every direction of the square. City of Pittsburgh is starting a new program to help residents find more affordable housing. The city is putting $30,000 in CARES Act funds toward a landlord incentive program to get more people on board with their rent assistance program. Right now, when a landlord gets involved in the rent program, their property has to be inspected. Most fail for minor reasons and don't want to invest money in the repairs. The incentive program will give landlords $1,000 per unit to make those repairs.
Once the eviction ban is lifted, we are expecting to see what has been called the eviction cliff. As much as we can help soften that here in Pittsburgh, that's what we're going to do.
The Aspen Institute estimates that more than 100,000 Kansans are at risk of being evicted because of the pandemic. The 2 Amish brothers from Webster County, Missouri, who pleaded guilty to sexually abusing a 12-year-old relative are headed to prison. A judge revoked the probation for Aaron and P.D. Schwartz. They'll now serve their sentence that was suspended. That is 10 years for 1 count of child molestation and 5 years for another. Those sentences will be served consecutively, meaning the Schwartzes are sentenced to be behind bars for 15 years. The judge says the brothers violated their probation by moving back into the home where the victim lives. Still ahead, a northeastern Oklahoma girl celebrates an end to her battle with cancer, and how you can catch the Pitt State Pride of the Plains band before they hit the field on game day. Let's check back in on tonight's KOAM News Now Instapoll. We're asking, who do you think won tonight's presidential debate? At this point, President Trump, 62%, Joe Biden, 38%. You can still participate in the poll at KOAMnewsnow.com/vote. The numbers are updated instantaneously, or you can go to KOAM News Now app. We're going to check in on the numbers again in a bit. As students and teachers continue to settle into the new school year, some teachers are also settling into a bigger workload. 2 teachers we spoke with at Joplin High School say they've seen their workload double. They say it's because they have to plan lessons further in advance for online students. They also have to repeat some lessons in the classroom for the alternating AB days. But on top of instruction, there's desks, chairs, and equipment that has to be taken care of between classes.
Kind of the day-to-day tasks have doubled because you have to keep track of the kids that are at home and the kids that are here. And then when a student, for example, goes on quarantine, then you have a whole other set of details really you have to track. Where's that student? When are they coming back? What have I already sent them? What do they need?
Boyer says there are upsides, though, like smaller class sizes, making it easier to give one-on-one attention to students. It's been a long road for a girl in Quapaw, Oklahoma, but she's finally home and the community is celebrating her return. 11-year-old Miley Atatni spent 247 days at St. Jude Children's Center in Memphis, battling acute myeloid leukemia. After an anonymous bone marrow transplant this summer, she's now in remission. Today, the community came together to show their support with a police and fire escort, homemade signs, and a lot of enthusiastic cheers. It's been hard for Miley, but her family says it's good to be home and they're hopeful for the future.
We believe she's a miracle, and we're going to stand on that, and the Bible says when you've done all stand, stand. So that's what we're doing. We're praying and believing God and trusting the Lord with Miley's life. This
organized welcome home was a big surprise for Miley. The Pitt State football team will take to the field for the first time this season on the 31st, but you can get a little taste of game day before then. On the 29th, the Pride of the Plains Marching Band and PSU dance and cheer teams are hosting the Pride of the Plains Band Review at Kearney Smith Stadium. It's free, but tickets are limited to 200 people and masks will be required. The performance will also be live streamed on the Pitt State YouTube channel. A little bit later on KOAM News at 10, the St. Mary's Colgan girls golf team are state champions. How a family bond played a role in the victory.
Plus, after record highs for us today, a cold front is working in, showers and thunderstorms, much colder temperatures. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, we had record highs for us today, plenty of sunshine, very warm, very windy, 85 degrees for a high as we had those strong south winds, really 15 to 25 gusts, of course, higher than that. A few cumulus clouds popping up in the afternoon, but definitely it was a very warm, windy day. Great time lapse though, Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. Of course, that is just outside of Seneca, Missouri. All right, still mild, it's still warm. Temperatures even after 10 o'clock are sitting, well, they're actually into the 70s. Not sure why our currents didn't pop up there, but we are sitting into the mid 70s, 76, Webb City 75, Neosho, Joplin is sitting at 75, 74 in Baxter, Fairland 73, Pittsburgh at 70, and you can see everybody across the region mainly into low to mid 70s, but you can see the color change here in our northwestern counties, and that is the cold front. That's the front that is heading toward us that is really going to drop our temperatures as we work into the next couple days. But you can see that wind shift line. Now, still ahead of it, we still have these strong south winds. A lot of us still have clear skies, but you can see the light showers starting to pick up on the Kansas and also the Oklahoma side. And you can see the front just kind of sliding off toward the south and to the east over the past couple hours. And right along that front, that's where we are getting these scattered showers and even a few thunderstorms, which are continuing to pop up. Again, these are going to be fairly light, but we are going to get some heavier embedded rains in some of these little clusters where you see the yellows and the orange across the region as these continue to increase and then push off toward the east. Most of us are going to be dry over the next 2 hours. The rain will really start to increase after midnight. Here's 2:30 in the morning. You can see it advances all the way through by about 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. Again, most of this is going to be light. Also notice our temperatures have now dropped into the 50s, if not into the 40s. As we go through the morning hours, here's 8 a.m. Still we have the on and off light showers. Now everybody is into the mid 40s. By 11 a.m. or noon, most of the rain exits. The clouds stick around, but our temperatures really just don't recover. 50 to start, 43 by noon, and then afternoon high of about 47, north winds at about 10 to 20. Now our technical high for the day is going to be about 70 degrees because that will be the warmest time right about midnight, and then it's going to go down from that point. Tomorrow night, cold, still a lot of clouds, mid 30s, we'll get a frost. Let's go into Saturday, pretty calm. We're still going to have a lot of clouds. Our temperature is a little bit better into lower 50s, but it's going to be a cold weekend on tap for all of us across the four-state area. Rainfall is going to be light tonight, but maybe we can squeeze out a tenth, maybe 2/10 of an inch of rain, something we do need as we are behind on rainfall. Next system drops in. So let's go to Sunday. Showers across the region where you see the pink and the blue. This is a rain-snow mix over to snow. So snow just to our north and to our west. This system passes by. Here comes another one on Tuesday. With the cold air in place, we'll have a better shot to get kind of like a rain, sleet, snow mix on Tuesday, which is kind of crazy prior to Halloween. 47 for us tomorrow, 53 Saturday, 60 with showers increasing on Sunday, and then a high of only 38 on Tuesday. So a record high today to a high of 38 is just kind of crazy.
In fact, a low of 36 tomorrow night. I mean, that's a big drop in the case, just over 24 hours.
Absolutely.
Thanks, John. Still ahead, the Webb City softball team fights for a spot in the state tournament Final Four. We're going to have the highlights for you in sports.
Well, tonight is a big night for the Webb City softball program. The Cardinals have a chance to move on to the Final Four, facing Bolivar in the state quarterfinals. Now, the winner of this one moves on to play in the state semifinals on Saturday. First inning, Kaylin Gilbert up. Ball gets by the catcher. It's Peyton Hawkins coming in from third, barely beat the tag. 1-0 Cardinals. Now Hayden Berry did what she does early, strikes out the side in the bottom of the first. The third inning, that was the big one for Webb City. Berry, she really hit this one hard, man. Clears the fence in right for the solo home run. Later in the inning, Hannah Wells comes through with a big hit through the right side. Scores Alyssa Jennings and Kaylin Gilbert. Webb City up 5-0. Bolivar didn't stay quiet all night. Katie Brooks here, big swing. Solo home run for the Liberators. One of 2 homers tonight for Bolivar. Didn't matter though. Give Berry a lead. She's going to keep it. Webb City's headed to the state semifinals. Cardinals top Bolivar 7-3.
She's really throwing some of her best stuff right now, and I'm sure she didn't like giving up those home runs, but she overall she threw a great game to a good team.
We fell short the last 3 years, so coming out here and winning this ball game means everything to me. I mean, it feels good to win, but it feels even better to win like that.
Webb City will face Platte County in the state semifinals Saturday afternoon. Well, the St. Mary's Colgan girls golf team claimed a state championship on Tuesday. It is their first in program history. Sports reporter Andy Cioteco tells us why that championship means a little more to a mother-daughter duo on the team.
I'm always reminded that my mom and my whole family love to golf.
Golf runs in the family for Allie Skripczyk. Allie's mom, Kim, won 3 state team titles at Columbus.
She was a 3-time state champ. I wanted to one-up her and kind of be able to come out here and compete.
The sophomore is getting that chance to chase her mom's high school legacy. Allie placed 3rd individually at the 3-2-1A state tournament and helped the Colgan girls win their first team state championship, with her mom standing by as the Panthers' assistant coach.
We all got called up when they announced the first place, and to go up there, it brought back memories from early 1990s whenever I was there with, the team.
All of us put in so much work this summer. I think we deserve to win.
While it's exciting for Allie now, Mom knows the state title banner will mean more to her daughter as the years go by.
And to go back, to Columbus, to my hometown, and to see those banners up on the wall, it makes me so proud. We do not have very many white banners in Colgan High School at the field house, and for her to come back and others to come back and see those banners hung and to know they were a part of that and to make history, you can't replace that.
Allie has 2 more years left at Colgan, so she knows the pressure is on to try and tie her mom's mark with Columbus.
And individually also, I think I can't get away with 3rd again. I know I'm going to practice more on my short game this year. We could win state next 2 years. That'd be pretty cool.
In Pittsburgh, Andy Cioteco, KOAM Sports.
Now, if you want to hear from the rest of the team on winning their first state championship, you can check out this story on our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Le'Veon Bell will make his Chiefs debut on Sunday against the Denver Broncos. Bell signed with the team last week after being released by the Jets. Now, he says he knows there are plenty of mouths to feed in this offense, but he's ready to take advantage of whatever opportunities come his way.
When I decided to come here, I already knew, the weapons, and it's only one football to kind of go around. So, the time where I do get my opportunity, I think it's going to be a lot of opportunity to kind of show what I can do in some space, running routes. I think this offense is really fit for my, my skill set.
That's a look at sports. We're back with more news after this.
Take time now to honor a local veteran, Ralph Richardson. The Mount Vernon, Missouri native served in the U.S. Navy, and we are proud to salute Ralph Richardson. He's tonight's 4-state hero. We're going to get a final look now at tonight's KOAM News Now Instapoll. We asked, who do you think won tonight's presidential debate? The final numbers, 58% of respondents say President Trump, 42% say Joe Biden. This poll is now closed. Thanks to all of you for participating. A new mural in Kansas City honors the late Ruth Bader Ginsburg. The creators wanted to highlight the impact she left behind. Alan Shope has the story.
Just driving by and she grabbed our attention.
It was a stop Linda Marks and Dana Cooper had to make, and fairly quickly.
We were in the wrong lane. We had to come over 2 lanes to get here.
All that to get a picture in front of this new RBG mural just finished in Westport.
It's powerful. Love the colors of it.
A few weeks ago, business owner Judy Ray decided she wanted a painting of RBG on this big empty wall to carry on the late Justice memory.
I hope they remember what an important person she was.
What she got was so much more.
Power and energy and yet subtlety at the same time.
Everyone, every 2 or 3 cars stops by, honks. The love here is awesome.
The mural, which is located near 43rd Street and Southwest Trafficway in Westport, took about a week to complete. And artists say if you look really close, you can see a hidden message.
Her black hair go above the frame because this is a woman who cannot be contained by any outside element except the law.
It's an impressive view that will sit alone on this building.
This is her wall.
And they've got one message for those that see it.
Just drive by and dig on it. That's all you got to do.
And that was Alan Shope reporting. Checking back in with Doug Hetty now. It's remarkable to think that the high tomorrow is going to come at midnight. And so it's going to keep on dropping.
I mean, because right now we're still sitting into the 70s and we're only going to drop off maybe 1 or 2 more degrees over the next couple hours. So we'll have a high of about 70, but most of the day is going to sit into the 40s. We're going to have the on and off showers through the morning hours. Staying pretty chilly through the weekend, but at least Saturday at this point in time looks like it will be dry.
Thanks, Doug, and thank you for joining us. As we go, we're going to leave you with a look at some frightening, fun 4th-state Halloween decorations. We're going to see you right back here tomorrow. In the meantime, let's take care of ourselves and each other.